Welcome back to my channel. Tired of food waste piling up and smelly compost bins? In this in-depth comparison, we test the 3 best kitchen composters of 2025 to help you turn scraps into nutrient-rich soil. Fast, odor-free, and hassle-free. Okay, friends, let's see top 3 best kitchen composters review.
Number 1. FoodCycler Eco 3 Compact Kitchen Food Recycler. First off, I appreciate that FoodCycler doesn't even pretend it's making a composter. The FoodCycler is a food waste recycler, the company explained firmly before agreeing to ship a test unit. Our primary goal is to provide a modern food waste solution for users who may lack access to traditional composting or other disposal options that divert from the landfill. Therefore, the resulting byproduct cannot be labeled as compost. And indeed, the FoodCycler breaks down food so quickly, and with no microbial involvement, that there's no way anyone could think this was proper compost. But if you are going to go with a grinder/dryer, the Eco 3 makes more groaning/creaking noises while in operation than the Lomi 3 above, but it is still a great pick. Launched in 2024, the Eco 3 is a smaller version of the Vitamix FoodCycler FC50, watch our full review here, sporting a larger 3.5-liter capacity and, according to FoodCycler, better grinding capability. At 11 by 9 by 13 inches, it is small enough to sit on a counter or tabletop, though the real convenience with this machine is its auxiliary pail. Fill the sleek, 8-inch tall lidded container with scraps. In my household of 3 people, this took about 3 days, and once it's full, swap out the lids, seat it in the machine, and press a button. A few hours later, you'll have a handful of fertilizer, a homemade soil amendment that looks like finely ground dirt. In fact, the output is one of the most finely ground of any of these machines. There's no assembly with this machine, other than filling a filter with carbon granules, no app, no making an account, no pods or tablets or choosing various cycles. You don't even have to plug it in until you're ready to use it. Number 2. Reencle Prime Electric Composter. As previously mentioned, none of these machines make truly ready-to-use compost, but read our full review here, comes closest to a traditional compost bin. Popular in South Korea years before it appeared in the US, the Reencle arrives with a starter bag of Reencle microbe, which can be purchased separately for $65, containing activated carbon, wood pellets, glucose, and a trio of patented microbes ready to chow down. There's also a pre-filled carbon filter that slots into the back. At 14 by 15 by 22 inches, the Prime is too large for a kitchen counter but instead conveniently operates much like a heated trash can. The lid can be opened via sensor at the bottom or a button on the control panel, and in goes your organic matter. That's it. There are no cycles, tablets, or auxiliary buckets to worry about. Even the app is totally optional. Within hours to days, depending on the item, the scraps are broken down into a material resembling a cross between dirt and sawdust. The smell isn't always pleasant, but it can usually be mitigated by the control panel's dry and purify buttons or by adding what in composting lexicon is called browns, dry, carbon-rich materials like bread or shredded paper. The Reencle also tends not to smell when it's being fed its preferred diet of 1.5 pounds of scraps per day. Unlike other machines, it can also accept meat and dairy. For larger households, there's the Reencle Gravity, $649, which is a couple of inches taller and can accept 3.3 pounds of waste a day. I also tested this and found it to be significantly quieter than the Prime. Not that the Prime is noticeably loud, only about 30 or so decibels, but the Gravity is nearly silent, which is a nice bonus. When the volume reaches the fill line, the Reencle grounds can be scooped out and added at a 1:4 ratio with potting soil, then left to cure for 3 weeks. I used a large tub in my garage, after which it can be used for both outdoor and indoor plants. I have used this resultant mix to positive effect both indoors and outdoors. Number 3. Vego Kitchen Composter. If you have a surfeit of stinky kitchen waste and want it dry and broken down lightning fast, say, in 2 hours, the quickest of any machine on this list, the Vego is your machine. It's roughly the same size and dimensions as the Lomi, with many of the same operational features but the distinction of being significantly less expensive. However, there are definitely some inconveniences that go along with the price point. For one, like the Lomi, scraps need to be added into the bucket seated in the machine. You can remove the bucket, but unlike the FoodCycler, there's no separate lid for the bucket and the metal mechanism underneath is exposed. Further, the lid to the machine is a bona fide pain to get on and off, requiring a precise lining up of notches and 2 hands to wrench it open or closed. Not easy to do with fists full of scraps. It's also got 4 different cycles to choose from: Vego, Express, Fertilize, and Grass. I tried them all. Express mode results in grounds that look more roughly chopped, as with the mill, but there seemed to be little visual difference among the others, including Vego mode. Vego claims its Vego mode does create a biologically active soil amendment when processed with one of the included Vego tabs, packet of 30, $25 if purchased separately. These compost enhancer tablets can be added during the Vego, Fertilize, and Grass modes. You can also add scraps while it's in Vego mode, and there's a clear lid and nifty light inside in case you want to watch the process. In all modes, but Vego mode especially, the barrel turns every couple of minutes, emitting a loud whirring. Because the sound isn't constant, it's more noticeable. Even from 10 feet away, I found it obtrusive enough to want to turn up the TV volume. The Vego has an app, but it's meh at best, unhelpful at worst. It tells you the weight of scraps you've added, why, as well as the benefits of and directions for using finished compost, which is not what is produced by the machine. There's also completely unrelated information about composting outside. However, this is the best entry-level option of this type of machine, so it's worth a look if you plan on having a separate bucket setup. Thanks for watching.